The escapist editor-in-chief and the co-founder of Second Wind, the editor-in-chief of Second Wind, Nick Calandra, has called those who follow the Sweet Baby Inc. detected curator list bigots, and he's threatened to knock them out if he sees them in person. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And that is Nick Calandra right there. See him on screen. This was a screenshot shared to the Kotaku in Action subreddit, allegedly of Calandra's Second Wind Discord. It is from March 13, 2024, kind of at the height of the backlash against Sweet Baby Inc. If you recall, a number of Sweet Baby Inc. employees, Maya Kramer, Chris Kindred, decided to target Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo and try and get his Steam curator list shut down. And then they also tried to get his Steam account shut down, effectively having his games stolen from him. And that set off a firestorm. And Mark Kern became one of the leading voices opposing the injection of woke ideology coming from companies like Sweet Baby Inc. And Nick Calandra here took issue with that and has been kind of going after grummz for the past couple of months. But this is what the post says. It says, I've argued and persuaded some people to realize how stupid they're being. It can happen, but right now these folks are just trolling, basically trying to portray everyone that's calling them out as the actual racists, while they've joined a curator group that literally might as well be called I'm a Bigot, obviously referring to the Sweet Baby Inc. detected curator list on Steam. Calandra also wrote this, I had to do my research before taking over The Escapist. The majority of this stuff is coming from the same dweebs that run that Kotaku in Action subreddit, and sometimes I'm more than happy to let people from that sub know that nobody will ever love them. In another message, she wrote this, some folks in my replies being like, wow, that was mean. I'm like, yeah, these are the kinds of people that if they said any of this stuff to me at a bar, I would more than happily get kicked out for knocking them out. So that looks like a threat of violence. If you happen to oppose woke ideology and you happen to bring that up to Nick Calandra in person, he's saying if you say those things, he will physically attack you. Now, I don't know how well he would do. He's claiming he's going to knock people out, but doesn't look like he's that threatening. But that is what he's threatening. He's threatening physical violence against people who oppose woke ideology. Absolute lunatic here. Complete and utter unhinged behavior, unhinged commentary. He clearly has no self-control, no self-discipline. Clearly just another individual who has significant and severe wounds, does not know how to heal them. You have to go to Jesus Christ to do that. And he's lashing out. He's embraced this woke ideology and he is lashing out. Now, all of this comes in the wake of grummz accusing Calandra of doxing him and his family. And he called for him to be banned on X, YouTube, Discord, and Patreon. grummz posted this on X. He said, I just got doxxed. My family has been doxxed. Second Wind and former editor-in-chief of Escapist Nick Calandra has weaponized his Discord server and is encouraging his thousands of Patreon supporters to dox me. They did. And unlike certain other journalists who don't post receipts, I will. My addresses were posted, among other details, about people they assume are me. Instead of banning the user who did so and who later edited his post to Nick's secret to obscure my address, but only after it was seen by thousands. Instead, Nick encouraged them to do more and to avoid further terms of service violations. Asked that information be sent to him in secret to avoid Discord disciplinary action. These users go unpunished by his moderation team. Instead, they are praised. Nick has been stalking me and tweeting about me for almost 2 months nonstop and is so hot to get me that he was fooled by one of my supporters into publishing a story on X from a user whose name was a sting, an anagram for urinalist, and he fell for it. This is disgusting behavior and a dangerous one. There have been multiple documented threats on my life, including cash bounties. And Nick is happy to enable these violent people and arm them with the information that could lead to violence against myself, my wife, and my children. Anyone who joins Nick's Patreon has access to this Discord server that is focused on doing me harm. There are 13,700 plus members who have participated in this dox or been exposed to it. He then called for the banning of Nick Calandra. He says, I'm calling on Discord, YouTube, Patreon, and X to permanently ban Nick Calandra and his weaponized Patreon and Discord server, as well as the users who have engaged in this violation of terms of service. This has to stop. There are thousands of users in his Discord who now have my personal information. They are also trying to dox members of my own community. Nick published GigaBear's Patreon email. Grummz then called Calandra a hypocrite, saying he calls me a grifter, but he earns over $54,000 a month, attacking me and enabling violence against me by egging on his community. My thanks to one of my supporters, GigaBear, who reported this to me after going undercover in Nick's Discord server. So if we go over here and look at the receipts that Grummz posted, you can see here that this Meadows the Panda user said, I don't think so, but there is one public registry where an entry exists with a matching address to your screenshot. You can see the post has been edited. It now says Nick's secret. It does indeed look like that this person did post an address. We even have Calandra here responding, saying to the LinkedIn or the bankruptcy, let's not share addresses in here, even if public record. So it does sound like an address was indeed shared. Circumstantial evidence seems to overwhelmingly support that. And you also have this Meadows the Panda guy writing down here, can't find anything else in Unicourt, nothing around California. Anyway, when looking for people, I did find half a dozen named with the same middle name, with birth years only 1 year apart. So it could easily be a false positive. There was at least one in Florida, at least one in Minnesota, and like several in California. I see no reason he would have filed in Florida, so it's probably not him. So this guy is clearly trying to find Grummz's address and leak it to Nick Calandra and people in this Discord. And it looks like he did indeed post an address here in the Discord. And you also have Calandra here saying this, if you find stuff, feel free to DM it to me. But yeah, any personal details or anything like that, don't post it in here. I'm not going after him personally. I'm going after his business dealings. I think that is proven to be a lie, as he has described anyone who supported the Sweet Baby Inc. a detected steam curator list as bigots back in March, which Grummz obviously did. So he is going after him personally there. And then he threatened to physically assault people if he meets these people in person. So this is not just about Mark Kern's business dealings. This is clearly a personal vendetta. And I think Calandra has admitted that himself. And now he is trying to cover his tracks and lie. So you also have them really trying to dig into who he is. And then this is the email, I guess, of GigaBear that Kearns mentions in the post here. So Kern would go on and kind of elaborate on side scrollers. I'm not going to go over all of it. He kind of reiterates what he said in his post on X, and then he kind of gets very angry and upset, as one is wont to do when a person like Nick Calandra is doxing the residents of your family members, and seemingly is unapologetic about it. And that does indeed look like what is happening. Maybe he didn't find it, but people in his Discord did indeed find it, and he seemed to be encouraging it, as Grummz noted. So if you want to watch that, I have that embedded in the article here. You can also find it on YouTube as well. So Calandra has responded to Kern's accusation. He wrote this on X. All right, since Grummz continues to target and lie, here's my final statement on this, as I'm now seeking legal action. His address was not shared anywhere. That does not appear to be the case. I just don't think that's the case. We just kind of went over that. It looks like an address was indeed shared. This is the public filing from 6th Sense he's referring to. He proclaims, I want him killed. This is 100% false. So Grummz does say in the side scrollers that that 6th Sense filing was a home address. In a subsequent post, he said this: I've not asked for any personal information on him in any form. I preemptively asked no public records, court filings for bankruptcy he shared in the Discord as they can contain sensitive information. So I made sure to protect Mr. Kern's address if they included it. Unclear if that is true. We clearly saw that Discord post there where the guy was literally going through the guy's Kern's court filings and his other information, clearly digging through that. And then he goes on and says, here, I have never, ever mentioned Kern's family in any of my posts anywhere. I was focused entirely on the business dealings of his crowdfunding game, Ember. I have many public statements in our Discord and elsewhere about my stance against any form of harassment. That is obviously not true. You are threatening to physically assault people. So you are actively trying to harass people, and we're encouraging it. We have that screenshot now from March. So you are proven to be a liar. Next, he claims he and his family have been threatened, which unclear, doesn't provide any evidence of this. My family and myself has been threatened with physical violence, doxing, including people posting my mother's name in my replies today. All is being documented on my end and reported to proper channels. And then he says, I'm posting this video for documentation for legal purposes and to make sure there's a public record of what he claims about me. From here on, I will not be talking about grummz publicly, as I will be seeking legal counsel going forward. That would quickly be shown to be another lie, as he posted this less than 2 hours later. Response to this person, Braden 10 Brink, who posted, grummz says he reached out to you and offered an olive branch. I'd pay hard cash to read those DMs. And then Calandra says that never happened. He wanted me to admit to things I did not do and said he would leave the side scroller stream if I came on. It wasn't an olive branch. He just wanted an admission of guilt. So he clearly is still talking about grummz after saying he wasn't going to anymore. So just another point that where this guy is a liar. It's just wild how these people just easy, like it's so easy to spot. So grummz has responded to that. He wrote this on X. Nick is now contemplating legal action against me after encouraging his paid and private Discord to go after me, resulting in my dox. He has not banned or reprimanded anyone in Discord for doing this, but instead asked that any private info be sent to him directly instead of posted. On stream today, I was upset, but I will give him a chance. My 24-hour rule: apologize, denounce this, stop escalating, stalking, spying, stop tweeting about me every single day for 2 months, ban the people who are posting info about me. Instead, he responds with this: possible legal action. Shared a screenshot of Calandra post on X here saying Kern has unblocked me because he lied on the podcast and claimed he had not previously. So any further direct engagement from him after this, I will be documenting and reporting for legal action if it becomes necessary. And then he also said, I'm not entertaining this any further. Obviously, he still has been. Don't waste your time engaging with them on my behalf, please. I'm documenting what I need to do and will take appropriate action. And so then grummz has responded again. He says, Nick has confirmed that he is seeking legal action against me. This is nuts. After months of galvanizing his fan base to attack me and harassing me every single day on Twitter, and by posting unverified and unprovably false information about me, I still offered an olive branch. I give him the chance to stop harassing me, and I offered to shake his hand and call it a day. And he has not just refused, he has doubled down, continuing his baseless attacks, and now wants to play the victim card and use his $54,000 a month grift to hire lawyers and target me with legal action. So that is what is going on here. It definitely looks like Nick Calandra has lied multiple times. He has obviously threatened physical violence against anyone who is opposed to woke ideology being inserted into video games. He has actively called people who are opposed to Sweet Baby Inc. consulting on video games and calling them bigots. I think it's very clear what this person's character is. And I think there is obviously circumstantial evidence that shows that he did indeed encourage posting addresses into his Discord, and that an address was indeed posted to his Discord. But those are my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys make of this. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.